Good day and welcome to another Southernairs video, and today we got a brand new Travel Sized Smackdown, starting off with this thing over here. I'll explain more in just a moment. Yes, today we're doing a northern edition of the Travel Sized Smackdown, comparing Jet2 here to LNER on the train. Very interested to see how this comes out. We are running a little late with the Jet2 flight. I'll explain more when we get to my hotel, but sit back and let's see how Jet2 fare on this 1 hour flight from Leeds to Jersey to Leeds. Here we are, we're on board. Right, it's just gone 3:30, so we're running about half an hour behind, so it's not too bad. As you can see, I've got a whole row to myself, alternating red and grey, so it's not too bad, although I would hate to sit on one of these for like 4 hours. I'll go through some of the other features on this plane shortly. And as you can see, we've got some very retro overhead panels, so you know this is a vintage aeroplane. The thing's the same age as me apparently. This was built in '97. It was a good year. We are airborne. Should be about a 1 hour flight or so, give or take, to Jersey. It's a piece of obviously the seats don't recline. I've noticed they are a little hard, but not too hard. Obviously there's no headrest. You know, budget airline, very basic. Curious can we go around doing an in-flight service with. This, that piece I had earlier was pre-booked, although I might get a drink just to swallow it down. We'll see how it goes. So Jet2 seats might be very basic, but there's one thing I do love about Jet2 that no other British airline currently does. This is such an amazing little contraption. Gimmick. Why didn't all airlines not have this JER-LBA? You can easily install these in your seats. I mean, what's the excuse? So I've just ordered some of Scotland's finest, because I do love on the road. Look, see? How convenient is this? Come on, airlines, catch on. Started, it's coming to an end. Just started off, I said we've got about 50 minutes left before we land. So far it's been a pretty good flight, apart from that minor delay. Bit of a heavy landing, but we're in Yorkshire at Leeds Bradford Airport. First time actually at this airport. Of course, arrivals you can't really judge an airport on, it's got to be a departure, but I'm not flying out. Unfortunately, I had to take the train, but it gave me an idea. LNER is a northern company. Jet2 is a northern company. They're both involved with travel. And that's where this vlog came about. So, Jet2, who's based here at Leeds Bradford Airport, will set the bar. LNER, I will catch up with you tomorrow. Expectations have been set. Well, good morning. I'm all feeling refreshed. I've had a lovely stay here at the Hampton by Hilton in Leeds City Centre. Only cost me about £88 and it included breakfast. So yeah, we're in Leeds. We've got to pick up in a couple of hours from now. Obviously yesterday, or as you've just seen in video terms, I flew Jet2 Jersey to Leeds on a Boeing 737-300. Now we're going to try LNER and see how they hold up against Jet2. Who is the ultimate northern travel company? Let's find out. Well, I've got about an hour before my train's due. That is Leeds City Station. Let's go on with part 2 of this Travel Sized Smackdown. Over to Leeds. Okay, so I made it into the station. The one I was trying to get in was all dug up. So as it stands, train's on time, so far so good. No platform number yet. Still got 20 minutes, so yeah, I know I'm on LNER, that's about it. So hopefully they'll come up with the platform number. I'll go through the barriers over there and then we'll pick up. So I'll catch you in a couple of minutes. Found it. Been here all along, and yet it's not showing on the things. Typical, eh? Right, I need to go find coach K. I'm heading in that direction. Apparently that's where it is. This would be pretty cool, eh? Here's my high-speed ride down to London. I'm not a train spotter, but all I know is that it's an LNER Azuma and it's taking me to King's Cross. So, yeah. There is a serial number on it, or registration if you can call it that. Just over here. 801105. Don't know what that means. I'm sure there'll be someone there who appreciates what it is. So I've got about 10 minutes before the train's due to depart. I'm going to go find my seat now and then we'll catch up with you on board. Okay, we're on board. Got about 10 minutes before we depart. I'm here to the end of the line. And this is something very cool we didn't have on Avanti when I did the Manchester project. Look, there's a QR code for you to pre-order, so I don't have to walk all the way down to the coach over there. I even had a quick look at first class. I boarded at the wrong door and first is literally right behind us. So I got to have a nice little peekaboo down there, although I didn't do any filming because there was customers in there. Yeah. Onwards we go. So we're on the move now. We're heading to Wakefield, Westgate, Doncaster and Peterborough before we arrive in London's King's Cross. Never properly been to London's King's Cross, which is kind of embarrassing because I lived in Burn for ages, which is right on London's front doorstep, but what can I say? Life is full of surprises. Stop number 1 of 4, Wakefield and Westgate. Doncaster. Now you can see the best side for Doncaster station. I suppose you can't win everything, eh? It's been a few minutes, there was a lot of announcements. As I was saying, I did manage to get the QR code working, but it isn't fully working, so they've cancelled the service for the rest of the journey. So, without further ado, Barista review thy meal. Keeping the theme going. No iron brew, but we got this. And it's £6 for this meal deal. Not too bad for transport standards. Stood here in the cubby area, if you can call it that. So far, pretty good journey. £25 well spent. We'll be closing on Peterborough soon, then it will be straight down to London. Seems to be a lot of power lights out here, I've noticed. I don't know if that's just a northern thing or not, but Peterborough, and it looks like this train's about to get very busy on the last leg to London. I've been to Peterborough before. Has disappeared. The suburbs are turning up thick and thin. We're about 10 minutes from central London. Earlier about my tray table, I forgot to film it, but check this out. Thumbs out. Just a quick look at the first class seats before we leave. And on that note, that's us done with LNER. So, I'm going home in a few hours. I'll catch up with you then. I'll give you my final thoughts on LNER versus Jet2. Hello there, it's Tyler of the future, and I'm here to spill the metaphorical tea on Jet2 versus LNER. Okay, so let's start with Jet2. Quirky holiday airline, decent buy on board. The flight was delayed, so that's 1 point against it. It was a comfortable flight enough from Jersey to Leeds. In fact, Jersey is the only domestic route you can do to the UK with Jet2. They do specialise in holiday flights, and a lot of people have backed them over the years. That's why they're one of the best holiday airlines in the UK. It's why they've managed to weather the storms of, you know, the Great Recession, COVID pandemic, you name it. LNER. Okay, so LNER was way cheaper. My flight was about £64 with Jet2 for seat selection and the flight. And LNER was £25. LNER did provide a competitive cafe service like Jet2 does. The range was slightly better, although I kept it pretty similar. £6 meal deal, that's a lot better than what Jet2 offers. And although Jet2 you can pre-book online, you can get proper meals on Jet2 where you can't on LNER unless you're in the first class cabin. Jet2 is obviously all single class. Part of the reason I did this trip is I wanted to fly Jet2 because of the 737-300, which is a very rare type to fly on as a commercial passenger airline these days. It's very rare, there's hardly any left, and this was a good opportunity to try and do it. In terms of LNER, it was convenience. I needed to get back south. Flights out of Leeds to the south are non-existent. You have to connect somewhere else, and I couldn't find anywhere that was price competitive. So I bit the bullet. I booked in advance with LNER, £25 one way off peak for standard class, and it worked a treat. Would I do Jet2 again? Obviously, this is my third time with them. I got a trip with them coming up next year, but that's another story. As for LNER, would I use them again? Definitely. I'd be a fool not to. They were really good. I know the trains are something I'm not very keen on. Trains and me do not mix very well. I rarely travel by train these days. But, you know what? LNER, same with the Vantage West Coast, they're turning me around. But I suppose you want an answer. Who am I going to give this point to? In the battle of Jet2 versus LNER on the Northern Side Smackdown, I'm going to give the award, big surprise for a lot of people who do know me, I'm going to give it this time to LNER. Yeah, the train's getting over the plane. Have I gone senile? Well, not really. No. I gotta admit, Jet2, great company, great airline. I think they just kind of didn't quite nudge out LNER on this one. But you know, I think I'm gonna have to do a train travel size smackdown at some point. But we'll get to that another day. You've been watching the Southernairs. Safe travels, my friends. I'm Tyler Jet Force One. As always, at your service.